Welcome, everybody, into another edition of NXT on Tap. I am Scalz. Tonight, joined by my main two men who enjoy NXT as much as I do. We have, to my right, the Ginger Ninja Jaxpo. And then down below us, we have Phil the Future. How's everybody doing tonight?
Fan-fucking-tastic like always. Little chilly. It's fucking cold in Florida. Should be cold in Florida.
Look. Sean, best NXT episode of the year. I wonder why that was.
I give you fucking one guess why, Scouts.
I'll give you one guess.
One
guess.
One guess.
Because his favorite, most awesomest person was back on our TV screen tonight, even though she was in the crowd.
Which I didn't understand.
Lions. You didn't understand why?
Why she was in the fucking crowd.
This is your Randy Punk return? Bro.
Okay.
I know you are a big fan of hers, but the returns are nothing like that. But to each their own. So, what'd you guys think of tonight?
It was tonight was pretty solid considering what we had in store tonight. I think they were pretty solid overall.
They were firing on all cylinders tonight. They were.
Yep.
It was good storytelling. Advanced it. The Ilya Dragunov Baron Corbin match is going to be really good. But I think it's like I like to say all the time, it's worth going back and watching if you did not.
NXT is just so good. They do everything well, even the little things. Like, before I get into some of the topics that I'm going to have tonight, we're going to do a little recap. I want to talk about the women's division. And then I want to talk about the big scandal within NXT because I was very intrigued by that.
Scandals.
So, let's start off with the recap for tonight. What was your favorite part of the show, Jax?
I'm going Fatal 4-Way actually. Like that was actually pretty fucking cool.
The main event?
Yeah, the main event was pretty.
The main event was freaking awesome.
The main event was great.
It's a toss-up between the main event and Ilya Dragunov versus Nathan Frazier.
Seeing Nathan Frazier, like, this is why I think a lot of people sleep on Nathan Frazier. Nathan Frazier is just a total spitfire when it comes to being in the ring. And seeing him handle, like, being able to work with so many people of so many different, like, wrestling styles, especially with the intensity of Ilya Dragunov, like, banger of a match.
I mean, you had really good wrestling tonight. Really good wrestling between that Fatal 4-Way, between Ilya Dragunov and Nathan Frazier. And you had some good women's matches, too. You had Kiana James versus Kalani Jordan.
Yeah, that was actually a really good match. Jerry Lawler had some interesting choices as far as his qualifying matches for the Iron Survivor Challenge, and I have to say, like, these were solid matches. And you said Kalani and Kiana. I was not expecting the Roxanne messing with the ring bell to completely throw her off. Until that happened, I'm like, oh shoot, it's still going on.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Can someone explain to me why Joe Gacy stole the fucking ring bell tonight?
I don't know.
Okay. Joe
Gacy. I need explanations.
Well, I don't know. I think we've been seeing each week with Joe Gacy. He's slow. It's almost like now that the schism is broken off and Ava had that conversation with Paul Heyman, It seems like Joe Gacy is somewhat losing his mind. I
I'm
think
down for it.
now that everyone's left him, it's just himself and everything he needs to deal with on his own, and it seems like he can't really handle a lot of that stuff on his own, and now he's devolving himself to using guerrilla tactics such as randomly stealing the ring bell during the match between Carmen Petrovic and Ariana Grace.
I mean, I'm all for it. I love the little camera with the little promo where he's from underneath the ring. Like, it's just, this is putting a different side of him. This is where I think they were going before the whole schism thing. And I think they're finally getting back to it. And I cannot wait to see what he gets into and what he's going to do. Because stealing the ring bell, running away with it, and then coming back and just banging
Like,
the
what's
shit
next
out of
week?
that.
You taking the headset? Like every week, I want him to take a piece of the wrestle, like a piece of something, or like a turnbuckle. Like steal the fucking ropes one week, Gacy. Come on.
Yo, Gacy during one match just comes out, takes off a turnbuckle, and runs away with it.
Steals Booker T's chair. Like
It's not cool, man.
takes the candy off the desk. Like I want him every week now to come out and take something different that makes no sense, and I don't want an explanation for it. I just want him to do it.
Absolutely. Like
So,
it
no
just
reason-
works.
No reasoning needed.
No,
Just doing it.
just
Okay.
do it. Fuck it.
I mean, my favorite part of the night had to be the main event. Like, that match was just so good. The back and forth with those guys. You had 3 main roster wrestlers and Wesley, and they worked so well together. I loved Ivar showing up, taking out Bronson Reed, them fighting into the back. Jax, what was your reference that you said before?
It's like watching Tugboat and fucking Tsunami and like Earthquake and them wrestle, and it's fucking great.
Watching the natural disasters. Yes.
It's fucking great.
Earthquake and Typhoon, let's freaking go.
Jay Bird on TikTok.
What do you think is going to happen with Chase View?
We are going to discuss that later. I have a segment plan for that. So we'll get to that. What else did you like about NXT tonight?
I loved me some Lexus. I love the Lexus King entrance.
Lexus
I'm
King
gonna figure
has-
out how to rig that up in my room. So one day I'm just gonna come sliding onto the screen.
You can do the same thing with a swivel chair, but it's like, yeah, that wouldn't be any cool. But like
carpet, I need it to look seamless.
So
right,
you need one of those
I'm gonna rig a pulley system.
a Roomba.
Yeah, that's
vacuums.
what I need.
not a Roomba. Not a Roomba.
I was intrigued by the whole Lexus King thing with Trick Williams.
Yeah.
I want to know
Yeah.
what else is going on with that. Because
Definitely,
that's
like-
not it. That's not it. There's no way Lexus King did that on his own.
No way. I mean, all they show is Trick. He comes in the door. He's pumped up. He's like, yeah, let's go. And he walks into the other room. Lexus is in the corner, just like looking at something like his phone or whatever. And all he does is see him go in the other room, and then it looks like he goes in to go "Ah," or do whatever. So it obviously paints Lexus as a conspirator, at least.
Who was he texting?
He was doing something. I don't know.
Mello's involved in this. I know he is. Just because of all of his expressions and how he was handling everything, especially when he was confronted in the middle of the ring. Like,
Mello is involved somehow.
I
Yep.
think Mello is the one that told Lexus King to do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Just goes to him. He has to whisper the secret code, execute order. 66.
Like Carmelo Hayes is somehow behind all of it at the end of the day.
That is my presumption as well.
Oh my god.
So, what do we think of this whole? No, I don't want to go into that. Let's talk about the tag team match that opened the show tonight. The one for the tag championship with the family versus Humberto
Angel and Humberto.
Angel and Humberto.
Los Lobos, I don't know.
I'm loving the family as champions.
Yeah.
Same. That ending though was crazy though. Crazy. Like, what was it? Angel and Humberto were going after Stacks, forgetting that Tony was really the guy that was illegal. They go outside the ring. He kind of grabs Stacks and goes, I love you. I gotta do this, but just chucks him over the rope into Angel Garza to pin Humberto for the win. Or no, he threw him out to Humberto and pinned Angel for the win. Oh my god!
But it was like, what is he doing? He's just gonna toss him out there because you didn't see Humberto out there or whoever it was. You didn't see him outside the ring. He was just tossing Channing.
Yeah, he's just tossing him yeah, you know what? I love you, but yeah, hope you do something right. Yeah.
It was a solid match. The family's on fire right now. And it kind of makes the Chase U reign a little bit weird because the family didn't need to lose them and win them back.
Right.
Like, they could have kept them and kept this glory run going, and it would have been longer than a win, a loss, and winning them back.
I think that is what played into what we're talking about with the scandal.
Yeah.
So I think that had to happen for that reason. Because without that, I don't think we get to where we are now with Chase U.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Question coming in also from Jaybird. Is JC Jane just using Thea to have her around, or maybe is she just using Chase U? Or are we going to get to that?
We're going to get to that.
Like straight up secret
Got it.
Tonight, by the way.
Got
it. What do we think of Meta 4 versus Alpha Academy for next week?
What two members of Alpha Academy are we getting?
We're getting Chad. I'm pretty sure it's 3. Chad and Otis. Yeah, it's Chad, Otis, and Maxine versus Noam Dar, Oro Mensa, and Lash. Or Crash. Or Trash. I don't know.
They should have had the other girl wrestle too, and Tozawa could have fit in.
Oh, Jakara.
Yeah. That's going to be somehow involved on the outside.
Absolutely. I could see Tozawa being in there instead of
Otis. Oh yeah.
Well, I thought they'd put Otis and Tozawa since they were just together on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, that's true.
They were pretty good together. I mean, on Raw, especially the fact that Tozawa can do a pretty good Caterpillar also.
Did you watch the same Monday Night Raw I did? Because that motherfucker looked like a flopping fish.
That's the point.
Like, it looked like my goldfish when it jumped out the fucking tank.
Was Gigi on the show tonight, Jaybird? I didn't see her.
No, she didn't. She was not on the show tonight.
But yes, I agree. She should get a main roster push. Her time is coming. I don't think they're going to bring anybody up until after Mania, but I think her time is coming when that happens.
Yeah.
Week out.
Yeah.
I agree, Jaybird. Dominic should lose the belt to Wesley. Dominic has done a great job with the North American Championship, but it's time to give it back to Wesley and get him back on my TV every week defending that belt.
Still wanted to see. I when this match was announced for the main event, I honestly thought I was like, this is straight up Bronson Reed's match to win. But the way they pulled that off tonight, I can't get over it. Like that was that. Like I did not expect Ivar tonight.
And it's so funny watching it with you in the same chat because I see this shit happening, and then I just stay silent because then I want to see your reaction, and it's just great
It's like, oh shit,
because it's like
fucking Ivar.
it's and when he sees it, he goes, and there it is. Like it's just great. But I'm excited for Deadline. It's just there's so many good matches coming that we're gonna see. You have Ilya versus
Corbin.
Corbin. You have Wesley versus Dominic. You have the Iron Survivor Challenge matches. Do we have a women's title match yet?
No,
Because I feel like that's coming. Who was that girl behind them today? They came out and started talking.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I thought it was. It looked like Alba Fire or.
It looked like either Alba or Alba or Isla. I don't know,
but I don't think it was one of them.
I'm not sure.
That's the one thing that you could take away from Triple H's tenure in WWE. Is he's allowing people to be themselves more. He's giving people more freedom on things, and you can see how it's just changing the atmosphere within WWE. Like
Sean,
it's just
Daddy Sean's doing a good job letting NXT talent be NXT talent.
Absolutely. He's cooking down there. Like the way they did the Iron Survivor Challenge where they had 4 legends pick the matches. I thought that was a nice little touch.
Yeah.
It got some eyes on them throughout social media when they posted them. So I like what they've been doing. I'm all hyped for Deadline too. Like I'm hyped for this pay-per-view.
I guess one question I guess I can ask both of y'all, and I guess anybody that's in our chats right now. Who do you guys see as the winners for this the last chance matches to make it into the Iron Survivor Challenge?
Isn't it all the losers?
Yeah, basically it's everybody who lost. So the past 4 losers are all competing for the final spot in the Iron Survivor Challenge.
All right, so for the women you have Tiffany Stratton, Fallon Henley. No, Tiffany's in the match, isn't she?
Yes.
Yeah, Tiffany's already in the Iron Survivor Challenge.
You have Fallon, you have Kiana James, you have Roxanne, and who else?
Gigi?
Yeah, Gigi lost to. Didn't Gigi lose to Lash Legend?
Yeah. So Gigi's in the match.
Okay.
I thought Roxanne lost to. I think it was Roxanne that lost to Lash, but because I know. So tonight, Kiana lost to Kalani. We had Roxanne lose to Lash. We had the first one. I know the first one was with Tiffany Stratton, Fallon Henley, and then the last one. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
And then but then with the men, I know we have Tyler Bate, we have Eddie Thorpe, and then
I'm trying to find who. All right, so the women you have Fallon Henley versus Roxanne versus Thea Hale versus Kiana James.
Thea Hale, that's who it was. Darn it.
And then for the men's, you have Carmelo Hayes versus Eddie Thorpe versus Joe Coffey and versus Tyler Bate. So the men's is obvious. It's going to be Carmelo Hayes
It's got to be. Yeah, it's got to be Carmelo. Like,
because that's gonna lead to the storyline with him and Trick.
Yeah.
yeah,
For the women, I think we're going to see Fallon Henley win. I think
Really?
Fallon Henley's
Fallon
going to win.
Henley?
Yeah.
that would be a very interesting wild card pick.
Because Roxanne and Kiana James are going to probably have a match themselves, whether it's on Deadline or the NXT right after it.
Yeah.
Right.
They're going to be focused on each other throughout the entire match.
Yeah. So
And I feel like Thea is there to take the pinfalls a lot and lose.
Oh, yeah, that's rough.
See that?
So I think Fallon is the one that's going to win this match.
Okay. I can see that with Fallon, and then for the oh yeah, men
Men's, it's
obviously
Carmelo.
Carmelo. Yeah, the men is obviously Carmelo Hayes. Yeah.
To further him and Trick.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, we got another question from Jay Bird off of TikTok.
What
What do you think? Who do you think deserves the women's NXT championship?
I'm
liking Laura Vicaria with it right now.
Yeah. Like let her at least have a solid. She should have at least another. She should have a solid reign because, I mean, if you're like coming off of that huge win of defeating Becky Lynch at Halloween Havoc, you need to have a very solid run with that title. Because if you don't, it's sort of like Becky, in a way, like Becky kind of like passed her own torch down to Lyra since we know of the big storyline between the two of them. So I feel like if Lyra does not have a strong title reign with the NXT Women's title, then it was for naught.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we got Phil Conn in the chat. Yes, sir.
But I mean, NXT has been great. It's like I've said many times. It is probably the most consistent show out of any show right now.
Storytelling wise, tonight, if that didn't prove it, I don't know what will, because it was just consistency after consistency and build. They build their premium live events months in advance, and it works tremendously.
Yeah, they just keep it going. And if anything happens, they can adjust on the fly. Like, it's just so well thought out and so well planned.
Yes.
Absolutely agreed.
Is there anything else we want to touch on tonight?
Fucking Ivar.
That mastodon of a man.
What's your thoughts, Jax?
I give NXT a solid go back and watch it. Go back, take the 2 hours out of your time. Watch NXT. It set up some good matches for next week, going into Deadline, being the go home show, and I'm downright just excited for it.
All right. Well, anything else we want to talk about before we close out the tab on the show tonight? No, we're all good.
Yeah. I think we're all good.
We covered everything.
Yeah, I agree there, Jody. NXT was really incredible tonight. Just from start to finish, it was just a show that you can just watch and enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, sir.
But Phil, where can we find you?
Alrighty, so for all y'all that have been watching this show and want to find out where you can still find this beautiful face, you can check me out on Facebook, X, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok, Twitch, and of course YouTube under the amazing name that you see down right there. That is over here. To the future. Yeah.
Jax?
You can find me here every Tuesday for NXT on tap. Every Wednesday over the Wrestle Talk Wolfpack for Wolfpack Podcast. You can catch me here on Mondays for Sorry for the Interruption. I'm sorry. I still giggle. Every Sunday and Tuesday on Rivet City Radio for Botch Botch and Chair Shots and Nerdy News at 420. Anything else you'd like to find out about me, just follow me on Twitter at Jaxmo2020.
I am Scalz. I am here on Off the Top Media on both YouTube and Twitch, as well as Off the Top Media _ on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram. If you like what you see, drop us a like, send us a subscribe, share it, comment, anything. Help us get our podcast out there. We enjoy doing this, and we hope everybody else enjoys when we do it as well. Hope everybody has a great evening.
Yeah.
We're still on here, so we're going to raid over to Will. If it allows me to.
Okay.
I used raid. I don't know why it's not rated. I'm still seeing us. I always hate doing the raids. It doesn't work out for me normally. There we go. Now it popped up. Let's see. Good show tonight, though.
Yeah. Very good. I enjoyed it.
Let's see if it lets me. Never works.
Yeah, it worked. We rated.